Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Mr. Wheeler. I wanted to let you know that I appreciate the polite and professional demeanor that you have brought to your task. Substantively, I continue to believe that you have your thumb, wrist, forearm, and elbow on the scales in virtually every determination that you can in favor of the fossil fuel industry, and I think that is very unfortunate. I do think that there is a baseline that we should work off of straight answers that are truthful and complete. And I would note, with respect to your recent answers to Senator Sanders about the CAFE standards, that the Federal Register analysis, your analysis of the CAFE standard proposal that you have, increases CO2 emissions year after year after year after year, up to 9% increased CO2 emissions by 2035 relative to the existing baseline. So I don't think it's fair to say that you're taking action to help the carbon emissions problem when your proposal is worse than the baseline you began with of the Obama CAFE standards. And I'd put the page into the record. It's page 43327. Similarly, you referred to your ACE program replacing the Clean Power Plan as being something that would reduce carbon emissions. And again, your own analysis in the Federal Register, the government's own analysis in the Federal Register, shows that compared to the Clean Power Plan, your proposal will raise carbon emissions, CO2 emissions, by tens of millions of tons every single year, including, for example, in 2030, raising it by 60 million tons in that year. So I'd like to put those two
Without objection
into the record. When you were last here on November 8th, 2017, for your confirmation hearing as deputy, yes, I asked what you knew about your client Bob Murray's so-called action plan that he was running around bragging was being implemented by Scott Pruitt and the Trump administration. Here's what you told me. I did not work on the plan, and I do not have a copy of it. I saw it briefly at the beginning of the year, but I don't have a copy of it. I looked at it and handed it back to Bob Murray. So I think the reasonable conclusion from that testimony is that you really only had a hand on it briefly and only saw it very briefly. Okay, scroll forward to December 6, 2017, when we learned via published reports that on March 29, 2017, you attended a meeting between your client, Bob Murray, and Energy Secretary Rick Perry, where this action plan was discussed. There you are. Mm-hmm. And there's the Murray. And if we go on to the next photograph, you can see that this action plan was right there in the room. Boom. And it was a nice, cozy meeting. I'll show the bear hug photo. That's really a sweet regulatory relationship. So,
for the record, that's not me, though.
No. That's your client, Mr. Murray. So we later obtained a copy of the Murray Action Plan, which was in that room with Secretary Perry. It turns out that it was also provided to Vice President Pence, and it was provided to former EPA Administrator Pruitt. Now, you arranged for Murray to meet with Perry, and you tried to schedule a meeting with Pruitt, but he fell ill and the meeting did not take place. Murray was scheduled to meet with Pruitt that same day. Can you tell me now how many meetings with Trump administration officials for Bob Murray did you arrange, attempt to arrange, or attend, and with whom?
Yes, Senator. First of all, I didn't try to arrange the meeting with Scott Pruitt. Somebody else in my firm did that. On the meeting with Secretary Perry, the purpose of that meeting was to talk about the relief, and I forget what it was called at the time.
But my question was actually quite specific, which was how many meetings with Trump administration officials did you arrange or attend for Mr. Murray?
The meeting with Secretary Perry, and then I believe we had an additional meeting at the White House with an energy advisor there. But I did not attempt to arrange or attend any meetings with
Chairman,
Mr. Murray.
I'm sorry,
and EPA.
Mr. Wheeler, my time has expired here. What I would like to do, I don't want to play gotcha with you.
Yeah.
What I do want is truthful, complete, factual answers about this. So I'm going to expand on these questions in questions for the record. And I expect you to provide complete and truthful answers as if under oath here at the hearing. Is that understood between us?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Whitehouse. Before heading to Senator Bozeman, Senator Inhofe, I think you have a
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's an editorial in Investors Business Daily that was, it looks at the government charts that map out trends in hurricanes, tornadoes, droughts, wildfires, and all that. And there's no upward trend in extreme weather, but instead shows there is no trend in any of them. And I'd ask that this be made a part of the record at this point.
without objection.
No.
Senator Bozeman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, everyone. My name's Mike. I'm the creator of Mox News. And for the last 15 years, I have been telling you that as long as I have the support of the community that I serve, Mox News will post videos forever. And that's the truth. As long as I have your support, no one could ever make me stop. Unfortunately, currently, less than 1/2 of 1/10 of 1% of Mox News viewers ever donate, tip, or contribute anything back. Again, let me make that really clear. Much less than 1/2 of 1/10 of 1% ever give anything back. And to those of you who have donated to Mox News, I want to thank you so much, because it's because of your generosity that we have been able to bring attention to important videos that millions and millions of eyes would have never seen. And I think that that's an amazing thing that we've been able to make happen together. And I can't thank you enough for helping me make that happen. So it's not too late. If you'd like to see Mox News covering the 2020 presidential election, if you can't imagine the 2020 presidential election without Mox News, please, there's still time. You can make a difference. It's easy to make a contribution, donation, or tip. You can go to moxnews.com, or in the text body of this video, there are clickable links to the Patreon page or to the PayPal page. And again, it should take less than 2 minutes to make a donation, and your donation can make a big difference. So I thank you all. Stay cool. One of these days this war is going to end, and it would be awesome if Mox News could be there to celebrate that day with you.